Hello everybody, I'm Steve and welcome to Green Side Up. I've got a mostly empty bed behind me, so it's a planting day today. I'm going to get this filled up, and it's where those lettuces were, they're bolted. I knew they were going to bolt when I planted them anyway, and I've got some more stuff to go in there, some more salad stuff, so we'll get on with that now. It was just a couple of weeks ago that I rescued these seedlings. These were lettuce seedlings, and they become pot bound in their trays and heavily congested, not looking too clever and feeling very sorry for themselves. So I took them out in bunches. I just ripped, because it was like a mat of roots, I just ripped off chunks of salad seedlings and then very carefully shook the soil, they compost off, and then washed them off. And then you'll find with a little bit of gentle teasing, you won't break the roots, you'll just gently tease them apart. Especially if you get two seedlings that are knotted, if you put the knotted bit in the water and give them a little shake, they will come apart without breaking, and that's imperative. So I've got all these seedlings here. Say some haven't done so well, but I think that's more to do with the fact that they've been stored after potting on in a hot polytunnel. They're showing no signs, they've parched and died. But I've got a crop of seedlings here that I can now use and grow on. I have other plants that I've sown, and they're in the polytunnel, so they will replace these, so I'll have that succession again, and that's what's important. So we're going to get these planted up anyway, and then we'll get a few other things done as well. So we'll get these in. Nothing special really. I could dib holes or just use my hand, use my digits to get a little hole to plant them in. I'm not going to fuss around with them too much. So there we go, that is lettuce Sadawi. That's a nice red leaf plant, and I'm going to make this bed look pretty because it's at the front of the plot here, so I'll alternate green and red plants. And these are freckles. Again, I've got a few favourite lettuce. Freckles is one, red grenoble's another. So these will just want a good watering in, but I think we might be expecting some rain today. It's quite overcast at the moment. We'll just see how the weather goes, but I'll give them a good watering in anyway, and I'll carry on up the bed until all these are used up. So there we go, there's a few lines of different lettuce in there, and they just need to get the roots down into the soil now. And there's a phrase I use, is a week to sulk and then time to bulk, and that's what it needs. All plants that go in the ground will sulk for a week, and then the roots start getting out into the ground, and then the plant will start growing away, which is the bulking time. So I mean, it won't be long, it'll be 2 or 3 weeks, and we should start be able to get a few leaves off these. Next up is some spring onions, and I'm just going to dibble some little holes in here because I've got some multi-sown, module raised spring onions to go in. Well, they're not actually a spring onion, they're a bunching onion, a Japanese bunching onion, and the variety is Ishikura. And I have a preference for those. And as I said just, I think yesterday or the day before, I'm glad to see more people are using it, because I think it's, I do think it's a little bit more superior than White Lisbon. Always had a few problems with White Lisbon. Don't know why, but I did. Anyway, these are grown in doubles, singles, multiples. You know, this one's only one, but in fact many of these are only one. But we'll plant them nonetheless. I mean, they're almost ready to eat now. We'll let them grow on. We've got others sown. Again, I sowed the next couple of batches the other day. I've got a batch at home in the greenhouse and I've got a batch here in the polytunnel. So it's one of those salad things. I just keep going on them, keep planting, keep sowing, keep them coming. So I'll just fill this grid up. Now, recently got these at a local plant swap. About a week ago. Well, 4 or 5 days ago anyway. And I think this is some sort of a Lollo Rosso. I'm not entirely sure. But it's welcome nonetheless. And this one as well. Not sure again what this one is. It's lettuce. Well grown. So we'll just fill up the rest of this bed with them. These are butter beans, and one of the viewers, John, I think he's from Norfolk, I forget his YouTube name, apologies for that, John. I think it's the Sanctuary Norfolk. Anyway, he sent me these seeds. He actually sent me some early in the season, and then I had a bad do with the beans and they all died, and John very kindly sent me some more. So we're getting them in, John, finally, and we'll see what we can get from them. So I'm just putting them in at the end of this carrot bed, and over the next day or so, or maybe later today, I'll build a little structure around them to support them as they grow up. I've just put some fresh compost down for them to grow away in, so they should do very well here. I'll plant these little fellas as well in between. So hopefully we'll get a crop of butter beans later in the season as well. So thanks for that, John. Much appreciated, mate. We've got every chance now. Right, so keep growing and sowing all the way through, right up until the cold months. I mean, I've got far too many lettuce there. Probably too many spring onions as well, if I'm being honest. But when I can pick them and give them away for nothing, it pleases somebody and it absolutely makes their day. And that gives you an enormous sense of, I don't know, self-worth, if you like. I love being able to just knock on my neighbour's door and say, bag of salad here, and being able to do that. So keep the salad stuffs coming, and it will keep you supplied right the way up until the colder months, as I say, September, October. Research for the winter varieties. You can follow me later in the season. I will sow the winter varieties that will grow in the polytunnels to keep the salads coming all winter. Another good ones to sow at the minute are the brassicas. Probably a little bit late for sprouts, but you can have a go. I always say just have a go and see what you can do on your ground. But things like Savoy cabbages, definitely your kales and your purple broccolis, those sorts of things, they'll go right through the winter and feed you into the hunger gap next year, along with your mustards, like your Japanese mustards, like and your Wong Bok cabbages and your pak choys of various different colours of that. So keep all your brassicas, keep sowing them. Seeds are cheap, and if you can't plant them, you can just compost them and get that compost back. You lose a couple of seeds, but you know, if you're paying £1 for a couple hundred or a couple of thousand seeds, it's no great loss. So just keep at it and keep having a go. But that's it for this video. Look after yourselves, everyone. See you very soon. Stay safe. Ta-ra now.